Howdy y'all, welcome back. It is episode 27 and I am Ragaras. We're back over in our new area again. Like I said, the plan for this episode is to construct us the machinery to create a mining cart that will kind of dig us out a tunnel over into some new chunks so we can start getting some quartz crystals. So we can start mining out a new area that has that generation in it, because of course these chunks were generated before Applied Energetics was introduced to the server, so we're not getting any of that down in our mines. So what I've got over here is our mining cart. I've already built all the parts that I want for it and placed it in here, so we can kind of show what this is what our cart will look like when it's completed. Kind of looks like a bug or a little monster or something, doesn't it? Got some little eyes up there. So what we have is a standard haul, and you can see the modular capacity is 200. And if you look over here, you see our total cost is 196. So we're pretty close to capping this thing off. So what we have, since we're going to be underground, a solar engine is kind of useless. Come on, dog. Really? Every time? Since a solar engine is useless, we're just going with a coal engine. And we're doing an iron drill, since that will give us a 3x3 tunnel. And we also have a torch placer. This is adjustable. We'll show that once it's all completed. You can kind of set the light level down for when it will place a torch. We have a railer, so it will place down rails, and we have a bridge builder, so if it comes across any ravines or anything, it'll automatically place bridges. We have 4 internal storage, so it will carry more. A height controller, so we can kind of tell with the height controller, and we'll go over this also, we can tell it what level to go to and mine, because even though our mine floor is down at 12, I'm going to take this thing up to 15 so we can get a little bit better ore chances, maybe even higher, since we want quartz. So we'll determine that when we and then of course the liquid sensor. Okay, so we've got everything in here. You build all these parts, and all these are in the NEI here. And the easiest way to go about finding these items when you're putting this together, if you want to find the recipes, is just type hull, and that will give you your hulls. When you want engines, just type engines, and you'll get all your engines down here. And then of course add-ons, you can see all your add-ons just like that. It's really easy to find this stuff. These are not too complicated recipes. I think the hardest one, I think, is the PCB. Yeah, the PCB. There's a few of these, and I think there's one of the advanced PCBs in here. And as you can see, it's not even a difficult recipe. You can make these pretty quickly. So it won't take you too much time to... the materials are not excessive, and it doesn't take too much time to put these together. Now your downside is you see the total time it's going to take us to make this thing, and that's real time. That's 33 minutes and 17 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and click assemble, and that's going to get started. So the plan for this, and this thing is really kicking out. I mean, I don't even have this whole area chunk loaded. It's not chunk loaded at all. So when I'm not over here, it's not doing anything. But I just harvested this harvested this maybe 10 minutes ago. So what we're going to do, and this is another little cart I made earlier. This is just a little riding cart. If you've never seen one of these, just hop in there, and you can just start. If you tap your space bar, you'll see up in the upper left hand corner the little control up there, and that'll get you going. So we'll use this to get back and forth from where the new area will be. And if you shift and then spacebar, it'll take you out, and then just dismount cart. So this is kind of where we're going to start. We're going to start the cart here, and we'll go through the leveling and the setting the level that we want the cart to go to, and of course the torch placement, and we'll load it up with the for the bridge maker, it has to be stone brick. It can't be cobblestone. So we've got quite a bit of that. I may make some more, but we'll fill it up with stone brick, torches, and we'll set it all up and set it going. And it's just going to keep going forward as long as it's got track. So there's a couple of other items I'm going to need to make with this. I'm going to have to make a whatchamacallit? Come on. There we go. Cargo distributor to replace rails if it needs it, and fuel, of course, and torches. So I'll do that off camera, and then when we come back, we'll set all that up and get ready to go with our miner. Looks like there's some glitches with this, huh? Seems to mess with Ray's mini-map when it's okay. We're gonna take the fuel out because we don't want it to keep burning. So after the cut, we should be back, have a completed cart, and I've got a bunch of rail already made. Not too much. That should be enough to get us to a new area, and then we're probably gonna have to decide whether or not we're gonna do turtle mining or go ahead and make a quarry. Could always do a frame bore, but I really don't want to do those. The downside of those is their portability sucks, because they're kind of big, and if you want to break them down, it takes a long time. Quarries and turtle are a lot more. They're slower, but they're definitely more portable and manageable. Okay, so I'm going to cut real quick, take care of those things, and when we get back, we'll have all that ready to go, and we'll start moving over into a new mining area. See you then. Well, about 30 minutes has passed, and we've got our cart all assembled and down in place down in the mines, and this is where we're going to move forward. So we've added a cargo distributor. We've got a bunch of coal coke in there that we made up when we were making steel for another project. We have our torches loaded in, we have some railers loaded in, and we have our bridge material loaded in. Now each one of these, you can see, is loaded. Now right below the torches here, you'll see your light threshold. You can adjust this down to whatever you want, and what you're telling this thing is what light level do you want it to be when it places a torch. So I'm going to put my threshold at 6. That should be good enough. And this is your drill. You can disable it for whatever reason. There are some other Steve's Carts devices where you can do some pretty fancy stuff with it, but we don't really need to mess with this for us, because we're going to want it on. And here is our height control. Now this thing is kind of cool. If you look at this, you have the actual level, and then here you can kind of see where it's showing you graphically kind of what you're going to run into. Of course, the yellow box is where we're at. We're on level 12, and that's kind of the diamond level. But we want more than just diamond. Diamond's cool, but we actually want things. I mean, gold is almost more important than diamonds for us currently. So we're going to go all the way up to, we're going to have this thing go all the way up to level 29. And that's just really so we can get a better chance at emeralds, which I think we're going to go out of this biome, so we're probably not going to get any more, but we definitely want more of a chance at say, gold, and of course, the quartz, the new quartz crystal. So when we set this thing to active, what it's going to do is it's going to dig all the way around this, and it's just going to keep going and laying track, and then if the light level's not correct, it's going to drop a torch. When it runs out of one or the other, or if it can't go forward anymore, it's going to come back over to the cargo distributor. Now, the cargo distributor is set up to say it's going to, the first thing it's going to do is it's going to load in fuel. That's what the little engine thing is. The second thing it's going to do is it's going to unload whatever's in its internal storage. So eventually we're going to have to either stay on top of this and clear it out, or we're going to have to set it up to pump items out, which we may end up doing. Then it's going to pull rails out to refill its rails. We're going to have to make some more rails, and then torches also to refill its torches. There's only 4 spots, so I didn't have room to add the stone. Of course, with 4 internal chests, I don't know. We'll see how that works. We may have to adjust that. So let's go ahead and get this started, and let's see how it works. Now, one thing that's important to note on the cargo manager, when this thing comes back, we don't want it running back in that direction. So what we have it set to do, we have you have 2 settings right here. Of course, this one changes colors, but this one changes its direction. This way, when it comes back, it'll, like, it runs out that way and it comes back and it drops its stuff off, it'll continue on that way, which we don't want it to do. We want it to turn around, so we're going to have it turn back. So as soon as it comes to here, it's going to turn around and go back in that direction. That's weird. Maybe it doesn't like going up. Maybe it only wants to go down. Well. That sucks. Let's try breaking it for it. Still gonna do that? This may not work. That's kind of funny. Let's see here. Doesn't look like it wants to dig up. Wow. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Maybe it just needed a little room to get started. Not uber fast for sure. You can kind of see what everything it's doing here. Kind of a little slow. Probably because it's going up. I don't think it's this slow typically when it's just going in a straight line. I've really only used these to go down, and they're pretty quick. I don't know if it's because it's going up. You can see here it's laying bridge. It's got it's detected that it needs to lay a bridge, so that's what it's doing. It's digging out all the way around it, and it's going to lay a bridge. Alright, so we're going to cut again, and when it gets up to level 29, we'll come back and check on its progress and determine whether or not there's going to be any changes to this system we're going to have to do. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, see you in just a second. Okay, it looks like our drilling cart has finished its work, so I've gone ahead and picked it all up. The rail, of course, and everything is still down there, but I didn't have to go as far as I thought I was going to have to go. It is quite a ways down there, but it's not as far as I thought it was going to be. So we'll run over there real quick, take a look. The one thing I didn't take into consideration when I made this is that the material of the drill. Oops. Nope. Go back the other way. Nope. Go back the other way. Let me change that. The material of the drill actually determines how fast it moves. The iron drill I picked because of the size. I wanted a 3x3 what you call it there, a tunnel. So if I can get out of this thing, there we go. Break you. I wanted a 3x3 tunnel, and the diamond drill, if you put that on there, is I believe a 5x5 tunnel, which is bigger than I want. And the Galgadorian drill, which looks like it's a huge pain to make, is really big. So that's why I went with the diamond drill. So it took a lot longer. I think a turtle would have done this quicker, but of course it wouldn't have laid track. I guess I could have just made a cart to lay track once that was done. So live and learn. I mean, it's an option to do this, because again, it is kind of maintenance free. It went all the way down here, and it wasn't the internal chests were not full yet, and it had plenty of fuel, and it still had plenty of track and stone, and so it went from pretty good distance, way down there, all the way up to there without having to restock or return. So I actually stopped it when I was mining over here, and I found some quartz. So I know in this area here we're now in some new chunks. I went up above, and I know if you look on my mini map up in the corner there, you'll see like a dark blue kind of lake. I know there's a ravine right there, and there's definitely quartz in that ravine, because I went up and checked that out just to see what was up there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend this tunnel out. I figured this will be our starting point for the new mine. So I'm going to set down our turtle here and check his fuel level. Should be pretty good. Yeah, he's more than good. And the way this one works is he'll return to the chest and empty. So I don't have any torches for him, so let's go back and make some torches real quick. I've been messed around yesterday quite a bit with the some of my other worlds, and transferring it over to the ultimate pack, and having a weird issue with Mistcraft. The Mistcraft ages just weren't stable, so I just went in and I deleted all the Mistcraft ages and was going to recreate them. And something weird, and I can't figure out what it is. It keeps making it kept making checkerboard or tiled worlds, tiled biomes. And so I was like, okay. So I went and deleted Mistcraft from the folder altogether, thinking, okay, maybe something's wrong with the Mistcraft install. So I went and just deleted that. Started the world, so everything that was Mistcraft related was gone. Deleted all the ages. And then saved it and then reinstalled it. Cheated myself in a book just to see if... because I didn't want to have to go and try to find pages again. And try to create another age, and again I got the tiled biome. So I don't know what's causing that, and there's just some other issues. So if I do an ultimate pack world, I'm just going to probably start completely fresh again, and I can't think of another way to get everything back to the way it should be. So I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. I didn't want to have to start all over completely from scratch, but it looks like, yeah, that's gonna have to be what we do. I think I want that right here. So So that was kind of a downer, because that's what I was planning to do for the live stream, was do that, but it doesn't look like that's going to be an option to do one of those worlds, unless anybody's got an answer on why the Mistcraft worlds keep coming out weird. And it doesn't matter what I put in there, and it's not just that they're the tile biomes. Like I'm doing single biome plains and noon and normal everything else, and typically that's enough to make a stable world. I've made a few stable worlds in this pack on this world, and over there I get tile biomes, mob spawn even though it's day, and it's there's no corruption or anything. So I don't I'm not sure what it's doing, why it's yeah, it's still called test. I have never renamed it from when I first made this thing. So what it's going to do is it's going to dig out a 3x3 tunnel. It's going to also place torches. Of course, it places it on the ground, not on the top, but it's going to go out 100 blocks and tile that up. What I have been working on, and I don't know, I probably won't use it this episode, but I was watching a video on YouTube, and I can't remember the guy's name, but you can find it real easily by doing turtle faster than a quarry. I think it was titled something like that. He had kind of rewritten the excavate program, that instead of the turtle just starting at the top and mining out every single block, it goes all the way down to level 5, which is the top of bedrock, and then it digs out a layer. But what it does is it checks above and below and sees if it's not stone or dirt, it'll mine it. If not, it leaves it alone. So it does that level, and once it does that level, it goes up 2 blocks and does another one, and again comparing and only mining above and below to make sure it's not stone or dirt. So it's a neat program. It doesn't make a giant hole. It just makes it just clears out a level of whatever size he designates. Now, of course, you can go and download that. I think he put it up on Pastebin, but I typically don't like using somebody else's work. I don't mind using an idea and trying to make it work for myself, and I haven't quite got it down yet. I'm not. My compare is not working right. I don't know. Something's wrong with my code. I got to look at it a little bit more, but it's doing it backwards from what I think it should be doing. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong there. Now, as far as the live stream goes, I don't want to put anything up yet and say that I'm definitely going to do this or do that, and or when I'm going to do it. Now, my Twitch channel, of course, is Twitch TV /Ragaras. It's not Mr. Ragaras. It's just Ragaras. I'm thinking right now possibly Saturday the 20th sometime. What I'll do is I will post a quick kind of informative video or just alert video on YouTube, because I don't have a Twitter or Facebook or anything like that. So what I'll do is I will put that out on YouTube when I have a definite date. Now, just tentatively sometime on Saturday. I don't know what time though. Don't know what time yet though. So my plans for over here is, now that we're in a quartz area, we're just going to continue the mining process and see how long it takes us to get enough quartz to do some sort of ME system. My thought being on that is I would like to see just how long it takes from a fresh kind of starting the game, without quarrying and all that, how long it would take to be able to put an ME system, a basic ME system together, not just storage, really, not the whole crafting and sort of thing that I've got over at the main base. Just what it would take if I do start this again from scratch on the Ultimate Pack, because I'm dreading that. I don't know about y'all, but I find the early part of the game pretty dull when this is all I'm doing is mining, because it can get a bit boring, very boring. Of course, there's other times though I enjoy it, but when you're doing it like it's a job, because you have to do it, you can't do anything until you do it. Yeah, that's okay. Well, it's probably going to be a short one today. That's really about it. I just wanted to get over into a new area. I don't know about y'all, but I can't stand open holes in my mines. It drives me up the wall, so that's why I close these. It's really what I wanted to do is I wanted to get started over here. Now, one of the problems that I'm running into in this area that I don't have any other areas, because the other areas are chunk loaded. I have not been chunk loading this because it's not something I don't spend all my time over here. This is really just for the Let's Play. I only come over here when I'm doing something to kind of show how things are done, because I mean in the other areas I have quarries and everything is set up to do most of this kind of stuff now. I don't worry about resources, and you know, I don't have to worry about too much. If I want to make something, I can make something. The problem that I'm running into, and I had to restart this thing this morning, is I had the turtles sitting right here. I had all my mining turtles sitting here charging. And, of course, you know, they'll only charge if I'm over here. The problem is if I take off my helmet, because I can't see it without it. If we look at the chunk borders, these little green squares are chunk borders. Look right where the chunk ends. It's right here at those engines. So the chunk turtle, or the turtles, are all chunk loading mining turtles. So that means they will stay loaded even if I'm not down there. So even though the chunk that turtle is working in right now is the area around it is probably unloaded, where that turtle is loaded. So he was sitting here, all three of them were sitting here, and they were loading this chunk. They were keeping this chunk loaded, and they were getting fuel from this. And but since none of, if I can walk, since none of this was loaded, it wasn't refueling the boiler. Yeah, so I come over here and I'm like, okay, no, they're on, but all these things are blue. Well, crap. And I didn't even think about that. The turtles just sitting here would keep this loaded, and so this had completely run out of fuel. This just stopped, and it wasn't pulling from the barrel up here because the farm, of course, is not loaded, and the barrels and everything aren't loaded. So that's one thing I've got to be really careful with over here, is to not leave those chunk turtles sitting around in the chunk where it yeah, I can't leave it in this particular chunk. If I leave it in this chunk, it'll kill everything. Well, that just did kind of lined up real nice. All this is, most of the equipment and everything is in one chunk. It's just, if I'd have moved that boiler over, say, to about right there, it might have been good. All right, well, I look forward to seeing y'all on Twitch this weekend, if I can get things going well enough to get on there. Look for a video here on this channel kind of announcing that if I am. I'll have the time and everything that I plan on doing it. I may get on there sometime today or tomorrow. Today is the 19th. I may get on there sometime today and just do some testing and see what it's all about. I've done it a little bit just in testing. Haven't really done anything long or for real. So it'll be an interesting test. All right, guys. Sorry, there's not too much in this one. What was that? Yeah, again, sorry there wasn't too much in this one. We just wanted to get that mine area over. Now that we're over in that mine, we can start getting the quartz crystals and the quartz dust. And then we can start kind of seeing how hard it'll be to get a applied energetic storage system going over here. So until next time, and hope to see you everybody on Twitch if we can get up there this weekend. If not, I apologize, but hopefully I think we'll be able to get something done. So until next episode, don't forget to like and or subscribe, and I will see y'all later.